All right, today is finals day, and by the grace of God, I was able to, not able, but I got today off work, so that's like such a huge lifesaver. And sorry I look terrible, but literally all I have been doing is just working on this final project and studying for this final exam. I woke up earlier than I thought I would. Woke up naturally at like 6:30. So the plan I have is I still need to finish the final project. It's just, it's like every time I'm close to being done, or I feel like I'm close to being done, something else pops up, or I'm like, ooh, I missed that, or ooh, I forgot that, or oh, I need to draft that, or oh, I need to do that calculation, So to the best of my knowledge, I believe that I have finished the calculation package, and now I just need to finish the actual drafting, so all the plan sheets and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully that won't take too long, because we do still have limited time. The exam is at 2 p.m., and I'll have to leave at 1 p.m. in order to make it there and also have time to find parking and everything. I might leave a little earlier just to be safe. I don't know. But it's almost 8 a.m. now, so we have, 5-ish hours. We'll see how it goes. But yes, so I'm gonna do that, and then it's open book, and he did confirm that we're allowed to write in our books, so we're allowed to have this and this. I've already written some stuff, and I might actually erase some of it, but there's a space to write notes, and he did confirm that we can write back there, so I will be doing that. So I'll reserve maybe like an hour to do that. The rest of the time we'll be working on the project. There's technically 2 projects, okay? But since I'm part of and it's so strange, I wish they didn't do this, but they combined the undergrad timber design class with the graduate level advanced timber design class. So we're all together, and the graduate students have their own graduate project, which I've already done. Right now, I got an 85 out of 100, which I'm okay with. So there's that, but then there's also 2 other design projects, and the undergrads are supposed to do both of those design projects, but he told the graduate students, since we had our own graduate level project, we only had to do one of those other 2 projects. However, on Canvas, all 3 of those projects show up, like as if we're supposed to turn in all 3 of them. Maybe it's because they don't know, it makes me want to work on the second project anyway, and I have done some work on it, throughout this semester, but it's nowhere near as complete as this main other project that I'm working on. So I'm wondering if I should work on that. And he didn't even write a syllabus for the graduate level class. It's just, we have the undergrad class syllabus and then our graduate level project, which he labeled a syllabus, but it's not a syllabus. It's literally just the project information. So whatever. Point is, I'm going to work on this project that I've been working on for the past 3 days, well, all semester, but I've been sprinting to this finish line. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish writing the notes that I think I'll need in this book. He also said we're allowed to have this, so hopefully everything will be okay. It's 12 p.m. and I just submitted my project, and it was so nerve-wracking. I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. I looked over everything 3 times. I was looking to see if I could fill out the FCQs because I completely forgot about those. And I also, for some reason, they sent the FCQs to my CU Boulder email instead of my CU Denver email, which is dumb because I'm not going to CU Boulder anymore. So that's why I didn't see the FCQ link or email or whatever until last week, but I was an idiot and didn't look at the deadline. The deadline was May 6th, so unfortunately I can't give him feedback. Well, I could just tell him in person, but I'm gonna have to leave in an hour. Well, let me check traffic. Okay, it's 30 minutes away, so yeah. I should be able to leave by 1 and it'll be fine. I haven't eaten anything all day and I don't want to go into the final exam hungry, but I also don't want to spend time cooking. I mean, I'm not like that concerned about the exam itself. It's just my overall grade and the fact that there's this whole project, I don't want to say mix up, but communication issue. So I can't think about this anymore. It's stressing me out. So, and I don't need to be stressed for this exam, going into this exam. It'll be fine. Okay, let's take those notes, maybe eat, and then we'll head out. I feel okay about it. I finished at like just before 3:30. And I could have finished earlier if I wasn't an idiot. I couldn't remember the difference between, what is it, deciduous trees and coniferous. Well, I know the difference. I just don't know. I couldn't remember which was which. But real quick, okay, when I got there, first of all, it didn't take as long to find parking as I thought it would, but it's a good thing I left as early as I did. Pulled in my parking spot and I tried paying for parking, and you use the Park Mobile app, and I tried paying for parking like 3 different times, like with the zone code or whatever, and it said, oh, parking is not allowed at this area, go somewhere else or something like that. And I was like, what do you mean? This was the only spot left, every other spot is full. There are no signs around that say that I can't park here, so I don't know what you mean. So I was like, all right, I don't have time for this. So I just like left my car parked there, and I was like, if I get a ticket, I get a ticket, but I'm not gonna be late to this final. Did that, and then I was searching for like 5 minutes for my student ID card, because you need that to get into the buildings. And I was just so upset with myself. I was like, how could I forget that? I normally always have it on me, but I remember I took it out when I went to this networking event so that I could have room for more business cards, and I just never put it back in my wallet. So I was like, wow, look at me go. So I was like, well, I hope, campus isn't dead enough to the point where I can't just like follow someone inside. Thankfully, I was able to get behind someone who did have their student ID, because they're not an idiot like me, and I followed them inside. So I was like, I do not need this kind of stress right now, but it's fine. But it's all done now. So now I get to finally relax as best as I can. I can finally wash my hair, because it has been way too long since I last washed my hair. And I really need to redo my nails, because you can see they're so grown out. This is like, I think 3 weeks worth of growth, maybe. And hopefully, I probably won't be able to do all that before Alex gets home, because it's already 4:40, so. It's actually a few days later, and just wanted to give you guys an update on my grades. I think and feel a lot. I got an 86 out of 100 on the final exam, which is not that bad. It's lower than what I wanted, but not terrible. And then I got an 88 out of 100 on the project that I submitted, so that's good as well. He said he just took points off for the general notes because he wanted them to be submitted separately as project specifications. Long story short, I would have got an 86 point something percent as my final grade, which is a B, but instead I got a 76 point something percent, which is a C, unfortunately. Thankfully, that is a good enough grade to get reimbursed. So that's good. However, it's not good enough to count towards my master's degree. I need a B in order to, or in order for the credits to count towards my master's degree. So I would be putting up more of a fight if I had hard evidence of this, but I don't. But basically, I only submitted, so you guys know there was the graduate project, which was optional, and then there were two projects for the class as a whole. And I remember the professor saying either the second or third week of class that if we did the graduate project, then we didn't have to do one of the other just normal projects. So project 1, project 2, graduate project. He said if we did the graduate project, then we didn't have to do either one of the other 2 projects. And so when I submitted everything on that final day, you have the option to leave a comment on the assignments in Canvas. So I left a comment on that second project that I did not submit saying, graduate project submitted in lieu of this one per professor. And I wish with every fiber of my being I had recorded him saying that, which also just speaks to how much better his syllabus could have been. But like I said, there's way more that I could say about what I think, but I won't. It's just frustrating because it feels like I wasted my time and my money. Now granted, it's not a complete waste of money because I get the money back, but I wasted my time. I spent all that time on all this homework, all these projects, lost time with Alex, all those things, which is a cost I counted before I even enrolled in the school. But it's just frustrating when it counts for nothing. The class isn't offered in the fall, unfortunately. It's only a spring class, which is dumb. So what I've been doing is I've been looking for online options, and I found one potential. And honestly, part of me wants to give up because I'm like, what's the point? I mean, everyone made this master's degree seem so important, and now that I'm in the middle of getting it, everyone's like, no, get your PE first and then do your master's. And I'm like, does it even matter anymore? I feel mildly convicted, and like I said, part of me does want to give up, but then another part, a bigger part of me wants to keep going because I'm like, no, first of all, I need to finish what I started. And then I'm also just very stubborn, and I'm like, if I do take this class again in the spring of next year and have the same professor, then you best believe I'm going to get 100% on every single thing. But I did find one potential possibility, I guess, and I actually sent an email to the civil engineering department as well as, I can't remember what she's the director of or something. I've talked to her before, but just asking for confirmation that this class that I'm looking at, if the credits for that class transfer. Yeah, still feeling very angry, very just hurt and shocked and very disappointed. But I also feel like to a degree I have no one to blame but myself. Oh, another part of that really hurts and it's just so embarrassing is that in order to get reimbursed, I have to submit along with the reimbursement request form an official transcript. So they're gonna see that C in the class, and it just hurts so much because I did better. Well, not everyone in my department sees it, but at the very least my boss and my supervisor will see it. I've learned so much more working than I did in school, and this class really, you know what, it's just embarrassing, and I don't know, in my opinion it just shows that grades aren't everything and that our education system clearly is not the best. It doesn't, like, I think it doesn't speak to everything that a person can do, but I guess that's life. So I'm gonna I'll just keep going. So yeah, I just want to give you guys that update. As painful as it is, don't really know how to close this out, but I guess if you made it this far, let's see, what kind of emoji? Okay, if you made it this far, leave a compass emoji down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, for those of you who still watch. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye.